Welcome to a video presentation of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords character creation FAQ. My name is John, and here we will be exploring all the possibilities and strategies available at character creation. To start, we should load Star Wars and click on New Game. Once it loads, we should get a chance to create class and gender. Gender should be chosen for role-playing choice, whatever the player is more comfortable playing, as there are love interests in the game. Male and female characters each get particular different party members, and while males get a better end of the bargain, if you'd rather play a female character, go right ahead. When choosing a class, remember that this is your base class. After level 15, you get to choose a prestige class, which allows you to mix and match character types or just further specialize. This fact, however, will only be covering the base classes. Guardians are the melee fighters game, the tanks, with little in the ways of skills or force powers. Sentinels are highly skilled and have a happy medium between tanking and force mastery. Counselors are the casters of the Jedi world, relying on force powers little in the way of combat, though they are more skilled than Guardians. Pick whatever one fits your style of play. Do you want to tank? Would you rather be highly skilled, never needing to rely on party members to overcome obstacles? Or would you like to master the Force? The choice is yours. Once you have decided, in the next screen you'll get to choose your character's portrait. But first you have to choose custom character. You can choose quick character, but then you wouldn't be able to fully utilize all of the advantages of creating a custom character, which this fact will cover. Character's portrait is purely aesthetic, though it should be noted Darksided's character's portrait will change. So, when I intend to play a Darksided character, I pick the portrait I would like to see that version of. The next screen you'll get to invest in attributes. This is where you get to the meat of character creations. A few rules of thumb. Every stat should be an even number, at least 10. No stat should be more than 14. And every character should have a constitution of at least 12. But often no more. This way there will be no negatives on derived stats, and you will get the most stat points to spend, because after 14, the stat cost goes up. You will get the most out of your stats because odd numbers do nothing, and you will, with a constitution of 12, be able to use implants. Certain classes rely on certain attributes more than others. Those should always be set to 14. For Guardians, it is strength and constitution. For Sentinels, it's dexterity and intelligence. For Counselors, it's wisdom and charisma. Male Counselors and Sentinels would do well to have dexterity and wisdom at 14, in addition to their other primary stat, so they can have a high defensive bonus, which male characters will get from Handmaiden. So as this is a counselor, I will set my wisdom, charisma, and dexterity to 14, and constitution at 12. Intelligence should be raised for Guardians and Counselors depending on how many more skills you want to focus on. The rest is up to you to figure out how you want to customize your character. Strength helps melee combat. Dexterity helps ranged and defense. Constitution raises max health and allows you to use better implants depending on how high your constitution is. Intelligence raises skill points per level and to start. Wisdom determines force points, which works like max health and force strength. Charisma determines force power strength and for the cost for opposed alignment powers, like light-sided power costs for dark-sided characters. The next screen, skills. As a rule, pick the skills you want, regardless of whether they're class skills or not. Invest in those skills only. You can make non-class skills class skills by selecting a feat, though this should only be done once or twice, preferably not at all. You may want to change classes to get the skills you want, or raise intelligence so you have enough points for all of them. Of the skills, the most important are awareness, persuade, repair, and security. Awareness and persuade open up speech options only the main character can get. A high repair allows the main character to get the most out of breaking down items, which opens up doors for the best upgrades. The game always goes by the main character's repair skill for this, so having a party member with it doesn't help. Upgrades are important. Many upgrades prove better than the item itself. Security is largely important because it is one skill your party cannot do without, and if your main character has it, that means you can use any party member you want. The rest is extra and up to you. So for this character, I'm going to pick those 4 skills, but I can't get security not because it's not a class skill, or not only because of that, but because I don't have enough points for it. So I'm going to go back and change my attributes, taking away the 2 from strength and adding it to intelligence. I'll leave the 4 remaining points when I select the feat to make security my main skill. The next section is the feat screen. If you want to add a class skill, now is the time, which of course I will do. So I go to security, add feat. I'm done here, but I'm going to finish explaining for you. If you're not adding a class skill, you should probably pick 2-weapon fighting, seen here, or dueling, seen here. 2-weapon fighting is widely regarded as the best because it allows your character to do more damage. However, for consulars and for sentinels, I believe dueling is better because of the +3 it adds to defense. Also, if you invested your stat in dex and not in strength, be sure to pick up finesse lightsabers by level 12, found here. Oh, and out of the 3 melee combat feats, which are critical strike, flurry, and power attack, regardless of what character class you're playing, I would pick flurry. It allows an extra attack with no penalties, and the other 2 do have penalties. As for all the feats, once you pick a tree, stick with it. If you're picking 2-weapon fighting, stick with it till you get master. Same for flurry, and ignore the others. I see no reason why you would need to have all 3, master critical strike, flurry, and power attack. Though if you want to create a unique character, go ahead. Even if your dexterity is high, melee feats should be picked instead of ranged, because lightsabers in the game are better than guns. Well, all there is left to do now is pick a name or the game. Enjoy. This is John, signing off.